Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. All right guys, so I got to clean up last week. I got to clean up last week. Here we go. Now guys, this video may look a little different. We're actually filming on another Sony camera, so this is sort of a test video for that to see what it looks like. So we may or may not use this in the future, but we're going to find out after this video. Last week, I shot a complete teardown video on an HDR68 that came in that had a defect internally, and we had to correct that for a customer. Unfortunately, in doing that video, the SD card corrupted, and I lost the entire video on the outside of Stumpy's shots down to the table, which didn't do any good at all for the video. So we got to do a little bit of catch up. Now you may notice that I've got an open pack over here. This was one of the things that we actually premiered on the channel last week, and I want to tell you a little bit about it. There's a company out there called Kat-Luca belly bands, and you guys know that I have gone to Sticky Holsters, I have gone to Umarex themselves, I've gone to a ton of different people to try to find somebody that can make us a decent belly band that isn't going to cost a ridiculous amount of money, and you know the companies I'm talking about out there. Well, Kat-Luca came back and they did. Now look, yes, this is open. Yes, I shot the whole video for you last week, so please be gentle. Hey, YouTube, no firearms are in this video. They do not sell any firearms at all, nor is anything on the stage we're going to talk about today firearms. Just let you know. Yeah. So let me show you what they got, guys. She actually sent me two different holsters. There's a large and an extra large. Now I found, strangely enough, that the large fit fine. Now tell you what, let me snap into this real quick. Here we go. Now, just to let you know, I'm actually a bigger guy. A lot of you guys have actually come out here and you've met me, so you know exactly how big I am, tall and wise. But to give you an idea, I'm 6'1", I weigh about 245 pounds, so I'm a bigger guy, all right? The belt that I'm currently using is the large, and I want to show you guys, I am currently wearing the belly band. So to give you kind of an idea that you can wear a relatively loose shirt, this is an XL on me, and as you can see, it conceals well. But what you can't see is what it's concealing. Yeah, that's a Byrna, and Byrnas, as you guys know, are larger launchers. Now, in the last video, I tested this out with the Byrna, I tested out with the Salt Supply. Obviously, any of the T4E line worked perfectly. But what I really like is this breathable mesh stuff that they got on here, guys. I had gotten in some lower end, I want to say, you know, tolerable belly bands, but they were made out of that really scratchy mesh stuff. So when you would wear it for long periods of time, it wasn't very comfortable. This is actually very comfortable. And to give you an idea, you've got a clip right here, and the draw is super, super smooth. I mean, super smooth, like you can't even feel it. That's how quick it is. Now, on this particular holster, you also have multiple ammo packages or pouches on it. So you can actually carry extra ammo, and as you can see, it conceals nicely. I really like these guys. I'm going to start working with them in the future. I'd like to actually have them make some of these for us, but if not, I am going to put a link down there so you can go check out their website, all right? So pretty cool, right? All right, without further ado, and I'm going to wear this, by the way, because I can, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, so I had a video the other day that came out, and you guys will remember, I did like a question and answer session, right? And it sparked a whole lot of conversations, a lot of comments, and a lot more emails that came in. And I got the cutest email the other day, which is the whole reason we're revisiting these particular launchers. And the question was, I am a terrible shot, terrible. So what can I use that I don't actually have to be on target with in order to stop the attacker? Guys, that was a great question, because yes, you could probably carry around a baseball bat and go all hulky Godzilla on them. That's probably not what you're going to want to do. That is why these are fantastic. Each one of these in their own way have their own uses. Now, I included this one, though you guys know how I feel about this. That is the Pepperball Compact. You guys have seen it before. The first shot is fine. I am not hot on the reloads on this, but we're going to revisit these at some point with some inert reloads because I've heard they've improved them. But the next one we're going to look at is the stick shot. Now, you guys remember, we did the stick shot on a past video, and this is a brand new stick shot. We never even opened this. See how important you guys are? You get to see it all. And in the stick shot, And by the way, guys, I'll have links for all these videos down in the description if you want to go back and revisit them, particularly the stick shot and the NPDD. They're great. So as you can see, there you go, stick shot. And you've got the blue one is actually an inert for practice. The red one, the black one with the red tip is actually the live. And you, guys, the entire front of that is a pepper round, the whole front, which means that when you fire this, the entire front comes out. Now, here's another cool thing. See little ridges around the edges here, guys? See those little ridges? In the book, they actually call that a DNA collector. That's right. So if you use one of these and say the person continues to come, right? You got a knife, stab. That's the whole concept. Now, the other cool thing about these two in particular, and this is something that I really do like, they do use a standard propellant, but it is not CO2. They use nitrogen, which means that you're getting full power out on every single shot, and they are not weather dependent. So it doesn't matter if it's super hot or super cold, or if you're taking in and out of a car, into your house, out from your house, outside where it's freezing, it's always going to give you the same consistent performance. Now, these things you can pick up for anywhere from 30 to 40 bucks. You know that. These run a little bit more. They're about $100, and they are worth every nickel of it. I don't think I could say that any clearer. I have fired these a bunch, and like I said, I will relink the videos for you guys so you can actually check it out where I fired this thing. I love them. Not only do you get a crazy accuracy, but when it goes out, it kind of cones out. So when it hits the target, it explodes in gas, but you also have a cone that hits them behind it. So yeah, there's no missing with that one. There really isn't. This one, guys, the JPX Firestorm. And I know that we went over this one before in the last video. Guys, I have tested a bunch of launchers. You know that. I have felt high quality launchers. I have felt low quality launchers. I have felt everything in between. This thing feels like a machine. They're very, very heavy and very, very sturdy. And by the way, somebody was asking me about this. The trigger pull on these is about 15 pounds. So it is a conscious trigger pull. And that's how easy it is to swap out the cartridges. So you get 2 shots per. Now this is a JPX 2, but there's a JPX 4, and I believe there's even a JPX 6 to where you get extra barrels that you can fire every time you pull the trigger. These are also not dependent on weather because you are actually using a cartridge system which compresses a cylinder, which then fires out pepper gel at 450 miles an hour. Let that sink in. Now, if you are at 20 feet, which is on the way outside of self-defense, we've talked about this, at 20 feet away, that's going to give you a coverage spread of a good 5-6 feet. And it's a splatter effect, tiny, tiny, tiny little molecules. You are not missing your target. Even if you're panicked, you can pull it out, pow, you're going to hit your target. Now they do tell you in the manual on this very specifically, don't fire it under 5 feet or you will, this is not a may, will cause permanent blindness. So guys, this is no joke. This is not a toy. This is probably one of the more powerful, one of the launchers you're ever actually going to see, the JPX Firestorm. Now I will put another link for these guys down here too. I have a test planned, and I've been holding off on it head-to-head with these, right, the pepper gel launchers, but I've got 2 more coming. Hero finally responded to me, so I'm hoping we'll have one of the Heroes in here shortly. But Umarex just released their very own pepper gel launcher. Guys, check this thing out. Now, if you were in my video when I went down to SHOT Show, you actually got to see this on the video, but they hadn't been available yet in this country. So I finally got one of these in here to play with, and this thing is pretty cool. Oh, by the way, better stay to the end of the video. You better stay. I have announcements that are going to blow your mind. You better stay. All right. So in order to load this thing, check this out, guys. You pull back right here, and it opens up just like a shotgun. What is that button, you ask? Interesting, you should ask. When you grip the launcher, it turns on a flashlight. Is that not awesome, guys? So, in other words, if you're in a situation, and this, you want to talk about concealable or tuckable, somebody comes up to you, you automatically got them spotlighted. That is going to automatically give you a distraction point, something to let them know that you are conscious of what's going on and you are ready to defend yourself. Now, what these fire is a compressed pepper gel. Guys, this stuff creeps me out. I'm not going to lie. It's the same thing that this fires. Now, these two are using pepper balls. So when it comes out, you're getting a pepper ball or a close approximation to a pepper ball, but a powder. These two are firing a gel, which means that not only are you getting disgusting, nasty, gross, sticky coverage, but both of them have a UV marker in them. And how long have I been saying that all pepper rounds ought to have a small amount of UV in them to mark a target once you connect so that the police can identify them? This has it built in right off the bat. So, but to give you an idea, the cost differences are substantial. These are not inexpensive. In fact, these probably rank up there in price with some of the higher end pepper ball launchers. But once again, once you have it and you feel it, you will understand why. There's no way to describe it, guys. There really isn't. In fact, that'd be a great EDC, to be honest. You're not going to miss your target, that's for sure. So these are going to come around in about 50 bucks. And you can reuse, or not reuse, you reuse this, obviously. The flashlight's permanent. Well, permanent-ish. In this particular model, you can remove the flashlight. See? So, and as you can see, that is a cool little flashlight. Yep. But it's not an on-off situation. It's just you hold it down, light comes on. So, but you reuse the, or replace the pepper gel cartridges over and over again. Now, from what I understand, this is a universal cartridge. I will find that out for you. So I'm pretty sure it is. It looks very familiar to me, but I want to make sure before I speak out of turn on that. So this is a cool little addition from Umarex. We've needed another one of these. So if you're a terrible shot and you can't hit the broadside of a barn with the 4 of these, you can. So just to give you an idea, once again, the videos are out there on this thing, which is ridiculous. The videos are coming on this one. I've got... you just wait, I'll tell you about that. You've seen the videos on this one, by the way. The stick shot, I have another video planned as soon as one more thing comes in. We're going to be doing that one. And, okay, it's cheap. These are stocking stuffers, right? They're cheap, they're functional, but yeah, it is what it is, right? And when it comes down to self-defense, guys, and if I was going to make a choice between these, there's no comparison. There just isn't. So, sorry. And y'all know I love Pepperball. I do. That company is great. I love their launchers, but no. Now the new one, and they do have one called the Blast, which looks an awful lot like a stick shot. I haven't received yet. But as soon as we get that in there, oh, I let the cat out of the bag, didn't I? Man, you guys are a bad influence on me. You really are. So we're waiting on that one to come in. When it does, we got a head-to-head with all of these coming up, and I have a kind of a neat way I want to do it too. So, all right. Look, I know I told you guys that I had some big news for you. I got big news. First big news. I just got confirmation back from Umarex that a pallet of my guns are en route, which includes all of the HDP 50 Gen 2s, the TR 50 Gen 2s, and these bad boys on the pallet. They should be here by the first of the week. I will update the website this weekend, and you guys will be able to get those next week. So yes, same mods will apply. We'll be able to mod the HDP 50, and we'll be able to mod the TR 50 right off the website, so you guys can get them fully modded right off the bat and not have to mess with that stuff. But for those wondering, all internals are identical to the original, which means all parts are interchangeable. So springs, clips, triggers, barrels, all of that stuff is interchangeable. All differences are cosmetic. And we talked about this before, but I wanted you to know that. Now, that wasn't even the big news. In 3 weeks, I am going to be going somewhere for you guys that no YouTuber has ever gone to. For you guys. I don't want to let it out of the bag. I want to surprise you. So next week, I'm going to be shooting a couple of videos so that you'll have some spaced out videos until then. But it looks like, and let me check my calendar here. The concept is that I will be there and live, at least briefly, on the 15th of October. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. And then there will be a large video drop once I return. Guys, this one is something I've wanted to do for you guys for so long. I mean, to me, it's kind of sourcing. That's the whole concept. I want to go back to where it starts. I want to go back to it, and then this is going to spawn a whole new series specifically for you guys that wonder things. I mean, there's a lot about these that we don't know. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Kat-Luca, baby. I love this. Dude, seriously, look at that. I love this holster. Yeah, so this actually may end up being my new permanent EDC because why not, right? I mean, it fits, it's comfortable. This is a large, you know what size I am. They did actually include an extra large here as well, which I think would probably be too big for me, although you can size it with the Velcro. So, guys, thanks again for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. There will be another video drop on probably Tuesday, and then another one on Thursday, and then from there on, it's going to get kind of crazy. So stay tuned. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.